thick shell bronze snare drums are all the rage right now. It's kind of like a renaissance, if you will, of the early 1980s when these drums first became popular. Of course, the infamous Tama Terminator led the way, I believe, in this category. And while bronze drums have been around for decades, thick shell bronze drums are, in the last 50 years or so. Here we have two examples of bronze snare drums, and this is a newer drum. This is a limited edition DW Collector's cast bronze, or True Cast, I believe is the actual product name. And this shell is a either concave or convex. It gets thinner in the middle, but it's 5 inches at the top and the bottom, and then gradually goes in and is 3 inches in the middle. This drum is a Sonor Artist Bronze cast. Both of them are 10 lug drums. This is a 6x14, this is a 5x14, so the Sonor is an inch deeper. And this drum has very similar characteristics in that its shell is 3 millimeters, but it has 5 millimeter thick reinforcement rings, if you will, at the top and the bottom. I have the same head on both, top and bottom. Evans Genera on top, and the Remo Ambassadors on the bottom. This drum, I did change out the snares on it. It has pure sound equalizers. This drum has the 24 strand stock bronze snares that came with it from Sonor. This drum right now is a pretty hot commodity on the marketplace. I've only had this one about a week. I have been playing it quite a bit. I really like it. It is $4,000. If you can find one. I've even seen some now going above list priced on Reverb. This drum lists for $29.99, $3,000. You can pick these up now used. They've been shipping this drum for quite a while, several years at least. I found a video of a review of this drum, I believe from 7 or 8 years ago. And this is while it's not new and shiny and the latest release, this is a very good quality drum, and I see them now going for $2,500. So probably a $1,500 difference between the two snares. They both weigh about the same. They both tune wonderfully. The bronze cast hoops on the DW drum, these are cast hoops as well, but they are, I believe, steel. And that makes a big difference in the sound of these drums, and of course you have the depth as well. Anyway, I'm going to play them for you real quick, give you a sound sample side by side. Both drums are tuned identically as best I can get them with the drum dial, top and bottom. The microphones are the same distance from each head. I just measured them. They're 17 inches away. There are no effects being put on these drums. They go straight into the mixer, and from the mixer straight into the camera via XLR. And so let's play them and give you a sound sample, and then I'll come back and tell you what I hear in person. As I mentioned in a previous snare battle on the DW, it is an amazing drum to me. For a thick-walled metal snare drum, it has very, very little ring. There's hardly any overtones to this drum. I have a little muffler on top of each one of them just because I'm in such a small room here, and it has horrible acoustics, but it's the best I got. So, really, you wouldn't need it on this drum, and I'm growing to like this drum more and more as I play it. I have the new Tama reissue. I have a VK bronze snare, cast bronze snare. I have the Zildjian 400th anniversary snare, which I've compared to this one previously. And this drum is manageable. It's still pretty darn heavy. I would guess 20 or 22 pounds, but it's shallower depth and all that. It's a little manageable to get it behind the kit to squeeze through tight spaces. And it is becoming really a general purpose snare for me. It is sensitive enough. I could swing this drum if I had to, and your little comping that you do with soft notes towards the edge, it would pick up snare sound on that. You could play this drum with brushes, it's that sensitive, and yet you can swat it pretty hard. You can chop some wood and lay down a good 2 and 4 groove or backbeat. You could play rock with this. You could really, if you wanted to buy one really good bronze snare drum, yeah, this is a pretty good option for a variety of different music, genres. This snare I actually like even more, and at least now. Now I've had this much longer. I've had time to get used to it and tune it and finagle and play with it. I like the tone of this drum a little more than this one. It is almost as sensitive, not quite. This one's a little bit better on the snares, and maybe that's because of the aftermarket snares I put on it, I don't know, but 24 strand bronze German snares are typically pretty good. I like this drum, the rim shots on this drum, a lot better than the rim shots on the cast bronze hoops. And it is... it's hard to, the ergonomics of it, it is a good 18 pounds or more. It's not quite as heavy as the DW, but it is even better to haul around. It's better to get behind the kit. And I just really, it feels right playing it. There's a lot of ergonomics to this that just work. The throw on both drums is fantastic. Again, I got to kind of give the nod to Sonor on their dual glide or whatever it's called, on their throw off and butt plate. The DW has the mini mag throw and just a regular machine butt plate, not the multi-position one. If this had the regular mag throw that I have on most of my other DW snares, then I would say that they were equal. But as far as the throws go, I kind of like this one a little bit better. If you're wanting a thick-shelled bronze drum, and especially one that's not just a solid wall, but is thicker at the top and bottom than in the middle, and $1,500 difference, this would be my choice. This is what I would go with. If you're a collector and you like limited editions, this drum is not a limited edition. They're making as many of these as they can sell. They're only making 100 of the DWs. I've read, and this one happens to be, I believe, number 62 or 65. And if you're a collector and you want rarity and you want that extra deep sound that comes out of this drum, and you like the fact that there's no overtones to it hardly at all, then this would be, and the $1,500 isn't going to make all that much difference in your life, then this is the drum I would go with. I would buy one of these. I have both. I'm very fortunate in that I have both, but there really is no bad drum here. There's no mistakes, there's no issues, there's no design flaws, there's no shortcomings at all, at least not that I've found so far. Again, both of them, you could play everything from rock and roll to country, everything in between. They would both work if you tuned them down just a little bit as a blues snare drum. And for a workhorse snare, if you like that heavy bronze thump or that heavy bronze, kind of down in the barrel a little bit sound, both of these drums will work for you. You can play with the heads and the snares, and I think just get about any type of sound out of them you wanted. Anyway, that's my review. That's my snare battle. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.